All right, back at it again with some best of three. Playing some mono green devotion. Submit deck. Honestly, we'll take it. Oh, even better. Turn 1 Mystic. Let's go. It looks like we're up against some kind of Abzan Yorian Blink control list or something. That's alright though. We definitely don't mind losing the turn 1 there. We're already planning on just ramping on turn 2 anyway. So okay. Yeah, we definitely have to look out for Leyline Binding. Now that they have all 5 basic land types. We're going to go ahead and play Kiora. We're going to try and double spell here. So we'll do that, untap a land into Stomper. And now even if we get Leyline Binding, we accrued a decent amount of value here.
Time to ebb from battle.
Definitely would have preferred to draw a card there, but I don't think it's really a big deal. We got 5 mana available. Could do 6 if we want to sacrifice one of these Nykthoses without getting like any real value. So we'd prefer to really top deck land here, but I think no matter what we get, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll play an elf. Float a bunch of mana. Play the Nykthos. And then we'll float more mana. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll storm the festival. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking we play Karn and Oddity. I think we try to just get some damage through. Pretty sure that's the right move. I mean, could definitely make a case for Lair, especially since we have a Topiary Stomper on the field. But we'll try it like this. Hard to tell exactly what we need to get here. I'm thinking we grab the Great Hinge for now. And we try to accrue a little bit of value with that over the course of the game, because this game could definitely go long. The opponent might be trying to just, get Yorian onto the field as quick as possible. Okay, looks like they are going for the 3-drop. Deputy grabs Karn. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and I think I'll tap this way for the Great Hinge, since the Hinge can also produce the mana for the Nykthos. Let's make 8. Could flip the Oddity, but we wouldn't have enough mana to cast the other Oddity. So I want to go ahead and just play the one that's in our hand. Draw a card and see what else we get. Okay, Cavalier, I like that. Okay, we get a Forest. And now we can swing in for 9. Got our opponent pretty low, but I don't know if that's quite game yet. Okay, there's Elish Norn, which I think turns off Great Hinge. Yeah, that'll turn off Great Hinge. It can still make mana, but we won't be drawing cards with it. Okay, so they sacked their Leyline Binding. We got the Kiora back. Only got Titan, not okay. I don't know what Titan's gonna do here. Okay, so they're gonna destroy the Great Hinge. Takes a good amount of mana away from us, but I don't think it's quite enough. Okay. So they destroyed I'm just trying to decide if like we even need to be casting anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure we just double flip Oddity here. Honestly, let's go like this. We'll play the troll. That's fine. We'll make 14 mana. We'll untap the Nykthos. We'll activate the Nykthos again. Flip Oddity. Flip Oddity. Cast Storm the Festival. We get 2 more creatures and they'll both have... Oh, well, I guess Topiary Stomper doesn't... That's right. Let's just go to combat, and I think we just swing all in, because we should have enough damage on board. I didn't really do the math. I mean, we might have just been able to take this game with both of the Oddities flipped and the Cavalier. I don't know. I just figured I'd put extra damage on board if we needed it. Okay. We don't exactly have anything substantial against our opponent's deck here. We could put in Sword of Fortune Frontier in place of... Maybe in place of Ronus, to be honest. Our opponent has kind of a good amount of like removal that I could easily see us having a board state where Ronus isn't quite good enough, but I'm not really committed to that plan just yet. No, I'm not going to put the sword in. Honestly, I think we're fine as is. Really, our sideboard is really geared toward control and Greasefang. I'm not even really sure if I modified the sideboard, like what we would use for this deck. Probably a lot of artifact and enchantment removal, so things like Reclamation Sage and Friends. Opponent has 3 mana, so they'll play Fable. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I'm going to play Wolfwillow Haven on the land that already has the Haven on it, and then we'll just play Aldergrowth Troll. We kind of want to stack all of our auras onto one land in case we draw into a Kiora. Because, I mean, the more beefed up one of these lands is, the better Kiora gets with her neg 1. Okay, Binding took the troll. That's fine. Okay, we gotta Nykthos. That's really good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I just want to play Slum. Okay, so we'll go into Kiora and Karn. 4. Pretty sure we want Karn. Yeah, we're gonna want Karn at some point. I mean,
I defy gods. Defying you will be easy.
realize I don't have my my audio's on. Okay. Let's neg 2 Karn. I'm gonna grab Sword. Just for the immediate value. And yeah, let's go and play the Sword.
Thrives.
I will be better.
Smells fishy here.
So we got a free card draw out of that deal. They'll probably take our Karn and our Kiora now. Yeah, that makes sense. they got a free token out of it. I think I'm gonna play Oddity. Float 7. Play Cavalier. Grab another Nykthos. Keep the new one. Float 10 more. Play... I don't know. Do we just win here if we flip Oddity? Because we could go Llanowar Elves, flip Oddity. Oddity's 8/8. Cavalier's 6. Trolls 5. And then Elves is 2. So we'd get in for what? 8, 14, 19, 21 minus 7. Yeah, that's perfect. Get in. Good game, opponent. Come on. That's gotta be it. Let's go! Let's go! Alright, we're 1-0. Off to a good start. We'll be on the play. No early game ramp. So we mull, and we do find 3 elves. We're gonna put 1 away, because we really don't need that much ramp. So, I love being on the play with this deck. It's very punishing to decks that don't have that early game removal. Yeah, and so in this case, we get to put down a troll really early. It's honestly a sizable threat that the opponent also has to handle pretty early. Otherwise, I mean, either they take a lot of damage, or if they do answer it, then it just ramps us, which is, I mean, it's just so much for people to have to deal with sometimes. I like this curve too. Troll on turn 2, Oddity turn 3, puts 8 damage on the board on turn 3, and puts your opponent in a pretty bad bind. Okay, they're gonna bounce the Oddity. That's fine. Still take 4. Puts our opponent at 16. Does put our opponent on a 2-turn clock if they don't have answers for both. Okay, they're gonna Thought Seize. Probably get rid of the Oddity this time. Okay. I think I'd like to get another troll soon, maybe. Okay, so we can't play the Storm of the Festival, so our only real choice is to play the Elvish Mystic, and then we'll swing in for 5. That's our opponent at 7. Okay, Soaring Thought Thief, so they'll be able to kill the elves. So we're up against rogues. That's what we're up against. Okay, losing that elf kind of hurt. Yeah, they get Scavenger. That's going to trade with the troll, which I think would be okay, honestly. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll swing in with the troll. Force our opponent to block. Or the opponent will not block. That's fine. Yeah, we'll play Kiora. And pass turn. Opponent's at 4. They could make the Scavenger kind of big, swing in for a good swing, but I don't know. I mean, where we're at right now, if Kiora stays on the field, we can Storm the Festival next turn. Okay, they handled the Mystic. That's fine. I haven't seen rogues in a long time. Especially not in best of 3. It's probably good enough, though. I mean, they have so much catch-all removal between... man, what is it? It's like a 2-minute instant that can counter things or destroy creatures. Okay, so Kiora is going to have to die, unfortunately, for Storm of the Festival sins. Makes Nighthawk Scavenger a 7/3. Oh, it puts 8 cards in our grave. That's fine. Okay. What do we do with this? We get Kiora back and Topiary Stomper. I mean, I hate not being able to get Nykthos, but we do need to draw some cards still, so we'll do that. We'll get a land, we'll draw a card. Our opponent is at 9. We'll swing in for 4, put them down to 5. Maybe we shouldn't have done this on main phase 1. Okay, so we got Nykthos anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Swing in. The only reason why I was thinking we shouldn't have done that on main phase 1 is if the opponent flashed in something to kill the troll somehow. I mean, they do have options for that, but if they had done that, then we would be able to equip or enchant the troll onto a land and play Storm the Festival, keep our Cure that was on 1 loyalty, and then be able to draw some more cards off it. That's all I was thinking about. So opponent has 13 damage available. Opponent's close, but they haven't won yet. I think we have some decent draws available to us. Yeah, okay. So I think we'll sack the troll. Gives us a little more mana to work with. Yeah, nothing else to do. Let's go ahead and we'll concede that one and go to game 2. Scavenging oozes are really good against rogues because it keeps our own graveyard cleaned up. I think I'd like to play Toskies too, because counterspells I think usually come into like the games 2 and 3 when you're playing against rogues. Ronus, unfortunately, is kind of the first one to get cut in a lot of games. And I think Storm the Festival isn't quite as good since it comes down kind of late and gets countered. Honestly, I think I kind of want to take out 2 of those, 1 Karn, and then maybe a couple of Stompers. I hate cutting Karn because it's kind of like the best card in our deck. We could also cut... Yeah, let's cut a second Stomper. We'll call it good. Okay, we'll be on the play. We don't have to mull. That's good. So we can turn 1 Mystic, turn 2 Troll, turn 3 Toski. Draw some cards. And it's like, well, I only had the counterspell. They might have the 1/3 rogue that you flash in. But I don't think they have anything in this case. They might have Brazen Borrower, actually. Borrower might be able to bounce either the Troll or the Toski, which would be pretty good. Okay, so they took 4, we draw a card. And let's play Mystic. Yeah, there's the Thought Thief. Okay, here comes Wind Robber, along with Ether Gust. Okay, I think I want to put that on top. Oh, right, it doesn't matter because they mill us. Let's play Elvish Mystic. And then we'll make 5 mana. Play Oddity. Then swing in for, I guess, a lot and draw a bunch of cards. Could easily see them blocking the Elvish Mystic, yeah. Because at least they get to trade there. Opponent's mill plan is a lot slower this time around, so they won't be able to just sack that to draw a card. We'll still draw 2. Hopefully one of those is a land. Perfect. Okay. So we got another Toski in case the opponent can deal with the first one somehow. We'll play Troll into Storm the Festival, I think. We get Cavalier and let's do Wolflow Haven. This gets us a Nykthos, but Nykthos in this case isn't going to be good enough, so yeah, okay. Alright, opponent's seen enough. Yeah, we'll just play it back the same way. Yeah, we'll absolutely keep this. Same plan as last time. If the opponent doesn't have interaction on turns 1, 2, then we get to just play the exact same game we played last time. It's just turn 2 Trolls, turn 3 Tusky. Okay, opponent gets to mill us for 1. They do have the Drown in the Lock this time. This is the card I was thinking about earlier. I think we should put down Scavenging Ooze while the opponent is shields down. And honestly, I played a lot of games where I just put down 1 Scavenging Ooze and then eat my own graveyard the entire game. So, yeah, I think... Let's see... Yeah, we'll swing in. Okay, so they are going to take 3 points damage here. We're going to clean up our graveyard just a little bit, and then we're going to ramp a lot. That way, in future turns, we can continue to play the things that we want to play, and continue to eat our own graveyard. We could even play a Storm Festival out of our own graveyard, which I think would be really sweet, maybe next turn or the turn after. Ooh, Damping Sphere. Yeah, I forget that card exists. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so I think our main strategy here now. So Nykthos, we can't produce multiple amounts of mana with Damping Sphere on the field, and Damping Sphere also puts a tax on each player for the number of spells they've played so far. So, let's see. Kiora basically becomes mana neutral since the extra mana that it gives us is going to be mitigated by the extra cost. So we're gonna do that.
Let's get moving.
We can't play Toski. Thinking about just cleaning up our graveyard so that the scavenger doesn't gain them too much life. Yeah. Going for some damage. Not like it's gonna be blocking anytime soon anyway. We don't have any more creatures to eat, unfortunately. So we are going to go ahead and just leave it at that. And then we're going to eat 3 more cards at some point on our opponent's turn. Okay, there's Fatal Push. Yeah, we're going to have to just eat cards out of the grave now. We'll eat everything except for the Storm Festival. Kind of hoping the opponent swings all in, because I'd like to just play this Toski this turn and draw a couple cards. I think our opponent's holding on to something in their hands. They have priority for something. Okay, Brazen Barber? Yeah. That's alright. Let's go and play Toski. And we'll swing in for 2 points of damage, draw 2 cards. Yeah, we do get a land. Game's not over, but it's getting close. Actually, I think the game... It's gonna be very close. So, I guess we get 8 cards in the grave, and then the opponent anthems their whole board. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have it. That's alright. Yeah, Damping Sphere is a very good card in the sideboard against mono green. Oh wait, Windrobber doesn't get the extra card until it connects. Okay, so we do get 1 more turn. I don't really know what we do though, so we got 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available. We could try to get... I think we just play land, and then we swing all in, draw a few cards, and see if we can get a like a Scavenging Ooze or like a Cavalier. I think Scavenging Ooze is the like our best hope. Okay. Yeah, no, we just couldn't do it. That's alright. Good game. Yeah, we'll be on the play. No ramp. Can't keep that. We'll keep this one. Unfortunately, I'm going to get rid of Oddity. The other two cards to ramp into are just much better, even though it's not quite on curve. We could definitely draw into other things that we might prefer to have, like Karn. I'd still like to play Karn. Looks like we're up against Soldiers. Soldiers is pretty fast a lot of times. Yeah, especially with Thalia. We have to watch out for Brave the elements too. Brave just ends the game most of the time. Okay. Perfect curve for Soldiers. Officer, Thalia, Adeline. Okay, so that puts us at 5. Put down Cavalier, hopefully get Nykthos. There we go. Cavalier is going to block very well. Could be Thalia's lieutenant that comes down here soon. Brutal Gather, yep. Yep, that's good. Okay, alright. Quick game 1. What I like to see. Although usually not in favor of the opponent. We're gonna go ahead and just run it back. Don't really have anything for mono white. Usually don't really need much for mono white, but we are gonna have to mulligan a little more aggressively, I think, for an elf on turn 1. Yeah, we'll be on the play. There's the elf. I like seeing Ronus too. Having Ronus as a really good blocker. I mean, you'll probably see it as the game goes on. Oh, Skrelv, okay. Skrelv might change things a little bit, so Ronus might become more of an attacker. Yeah, let's go ahead and just we'll make mana with that. We'll play our second Nykthos. Play Elvish Mystic. We'll activate the Nykthos for 3 green. And then we'll play Old Growth Troll. And we'll swing in with Ronus. Troll's a good enough blocker on its own, unless they activate Skrelv to swing past it, but again, I mean, we're not gonna like play around that play. Okay, Brutal Cathar takes the Troll. Yeah, that's fine. So we have access to 4 mana here, so we'll play Oddity next turn. Unless we draw a land, and if we draw a land, we'll play Cavalier. I got a 3rd Nykthos. Normally we like to see Nykthoses, but not like this. Go and play Oddity. I think I'd rather save the Nykthos for more of an explosive turn. Yeah, opponent's at 6. And we'll pass it back. There's another Brutal Cathar. Yep, that's good. We can get a free elf here. I'll activate the Nykthos for 2 extra mana. Play the 3rd Nykthos. And then do that for 6. Play Cavalier. Okay, we'll take that land. We can't use the mana for anything else, so let's go ahead and just swing with Ronus. Yeah, opponent is going to block. Really hoping opponent doesn't have a 3rd Brutal Cathar. Oh my god, dude. Alright. We got 3 Nykthoses. Opponent got 3 Brutal Cathars. It is what it is. Okay. Let's make a bunch of mana. 5, 6, activate Ronus, targeting Elvish Mystic. And we'll do it again. That way we have a creature with power 4 or greater to swing with Ronus, and then also gives Elvish Mystic trample. So puts our opponent in a bind where they must block. I mean, kind of have to maybe. Oh, okay. So they're not gonna block both. So we just got a bunch of free damage in there. Although now the opponent can cast 2 spells here. They have 2 spells. Probably they do. Yeah, double spell. So they're going to flip all their brutes. Girl, if that's toxic 1. What do I want to do about this? Alright. Yeah, we'll just take the 1. That's fine. Brutes flipped. They basically wipe our whole board. Yeah, go ahead and just go to combat. Second man, pass turn. Okay, they'll activate Mutavault. I think they just swing all in. Yeah, so they're gonna get in for 11. Okay, we're at 4. Yeah. We'll go ahead and concede that one. I mean, you just don't beat triple brute, especially when like you know getting 3 Nykthoses instead of other lands. I mean, it is what it is. You can't beat it. Yeah, we'll definitely keep this one. It's like we're up against control probably, so they're gonna have a slower start. Hopefully, they don't have like a March of Otherworldly Light to deal with our Elvish Mystic on turn 1. Doesn't look like they did, so we could play the Troll or we could play the Stomper. Stomper ramps us. Troll's an early game threat. Let's go and play the Troll. Okay, Troll gets countered. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna play around another sensor. So we'll keep the 1 mana up. Okay, they have Make Disappear this time. That's fine. We'll go ahead and play the other elf instead of swinging in for 1. And then if the opponent has Supreme Verdict, then we're going to be definitely dependent on... Okay, so no, we're good. Okay, we have 6 mana available. Let's go and play Karn. Okay, they're going to veto that, and we'll get in for 2. At this point, we basically just try to establish threats and make our opponent answer the threats. It's another reason why I like Oddity in this version of the deck, is because at this point we can play Oddity and then swing it in at Teferi the same turn it comes down. Yeah, we need that Teferi to die, so we're just gonna play the Oddity, and then we'll swing everything except for one of the elves at Teferi. Yeah, cool. All right, we're good.
How long do you want to wait for a rematch?
Okay, opponent has 6 mana available. I'm gonna go to combat and just swing with the Oddity. I don't know if our opponent has Torrential Gearhulk. It's always a fun surprise when the opponent brings that to the table. Okay. No Gearhulk yet. Let's play Stomper. And we'll play the Haven. There's a Wandering Emperor.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it. I am almost sad to see you go. Years of training. Guards, to me.
And another Teferi. Okay.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Hurry.
Okay, so there's a land. Let's go and play Oddity. I'm gonna activate the Oddity. We're gonna swing the Behemoth at Teferi, and then we'll swing both of the elves at base. I'm gonna hope opponent doesn't have another Wandering Emperor to exile the Behemoth. Cool. Okay, nice.
This is hardly
All right.
the worst.
Although we're definitely weak to board wipe here. Okay, there's Wandering Emperor.
I've learned much during my travels.
Plenty of good draws here. If we get a land, we can swing with the Stomper.
You are not.
It's not exactly what we wanted. I'm gonna play the Wolfwillow Haven. Opponent's got priority for something. I'm gonna go ahead and swing the one at the Wandering Emperor. Okay, it goes down. I'm cool with that.
Guess that's that.
Let's go ahead and activate one of these havens. That way we get a little more damage on the board. I think we have one more Oddity in the deck, so always find one of those at some point. Let's go ahead and go to combat. I think a Memory Deluge, that's fine. We'll play Kiora. Yeah, opponent's got the Dovin's Veto. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and activate the other Wolfwillow Haven. This is usually the last thing you want to be doing, but if we're able to establish a threat here, I'd like to do that, but then, you know, opponent's got the board wipe, so that's fine. Alright, Teferi number 3 from the opponent in the top 20 cards of their deck.
Let's skip to the good part.
Plus or minus 2 cards from the Memory Deluge. Or 4 cards, I mean. Okay, so we get Karn. Let's down tick Karn, grab... I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Tormod's Crypt so that the opponent can't Memory Deluge. It's not the most impactful play, but I mean, if there's hope for us, we need to get that Deluge out of the graveyard. Okay, opponent Faithful Absence is the Karn. Let's go ahead and activate this now. Opponent doesn't have Thoughtseize or anything in the deck, so they can't get the card that we draw out of our hands.
No time for a break.
This Cavalier could be good. Depends on if our opponent top decked a counterspell. Even if Teferi -3s it. Can't play both in the same turn, so let's go ahead and just play the Cavalier for now. Okay, Cavalier resolves. We'll get a land. There's Lair. Probably the best land we could have gotten in that case. And we even put a Storm Festival in the grave, so I like that. We only have access to 7 mana though, so I don't think we'll really be casting this Storm anytime soon.
Keep up the pace.
Teferi's at 7. So we're definitely gonna have to care about that at some point. Opponent, Field of Ruins S. We get a basic. The opponent also has Hall of Storm Giants, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I think for now, I want to go ahead and just play Kiora.
Krakens, leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Oh, I love them all.
Yeah, can't swing in. That's alright though. Oh, big Shark Typhoon. For 9? Yeah, I think that's going to close this game out. We'll probably just go to game 2 here in a minute. Yeah, opponent draws a card. I guess if the opponent swings, I could block with Cavalier and maybe get something out of the grave. I don't think I'd mind getting the Storm the Festival back on top, but I mean, the opponent's probably got a counterspell for it. I think we do it anyway, because it's the single best play we could do. Fairy is at 8, so we gotta care about that. We don't have any oddities in our grave, so we couldn't just, you know, put that on top to swing with haste toward that Fairy. I mean, it's really going to come down to whatever this Storm the Festival gets us. Like, our game plan is pretty much hope that our opponent doesn't have a counterspell here. And that we just top deck into the nuts. Yeah, saw it coming. That's alright. Let's go ahead and go to game 2. Alright, Toski's coming in against control. I don't think I'd really mind Scavenging Ooze or 2 also. Let's drop the Topiary Stompers. Ronus is just too good of a threat against a deck like this, and we're going to be leaning toward swinging with creatures early game to draw cards with Toski, so let's just see what this does. Yeah, we'll be on the play. We've got our early game ramp. We don't have any threats in hand, but we play enough of them in the deck that's, I'm sure we'll find some. Okay. Play land, play Mystic. Play land into Kiora and one tap land, play another Llanowar Elves. This puts us in a position to play Storm the Festival on turn 3, which is kind of insane. Okay, play land, tap it for mana, untap it with Kiora, play Storm. Don't have the counterspell? Yep, looks like it. Temporary lockdown for the elves, that's fine. The Wolfwood Haven on one of these lands. Go to play Scavenging Ooze. And let's go ahead and untap that. And we'll pass it back. Opponent's probably not doing anything with their grave, and it's a little unfortunate. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little unfortunate that the temporary lockdown put those creatures in exile instead of the graveyard. Let's play Cavalier. Digs us into Nykthos, hopefully. Or nothing. Alright. We'll untap land, play Llanowar Elves. Opponent plays Censor. I mean if they still have Censor, you know. I might take these Scavenging Oozes out if opponent's going to be playing Rest in Peace. I guess Rest in Peace is good against mono green because we do care about having some things in our graveyard sometimes.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Okay, Teferi's going to tick up. They're going to have, what, 2 mana available? Top deck into the land. Got rid of 5 non-land cards off the top, so makes sense that we'd get a land on the 6th. Let's go to combat. They probably have a removal spell for the Cavalier, so let's go ahead and just swing everything at Teferi. Okay. That's fine. We lost out on 5 points of damage there. Yeah, we'll just pass it back. I've got a feeling the opponent has a board wipe in this case, so I don't want to contribute too many creatures to the board. There's Oddity. If the opponent had board wipe, they might have already played it. Or we could be swinging into a Settle the Wreckage. Two, three, four, five, so we don't have enough for Storm. Alright, let's go and swing all in. There's Wandering Emperor. That could have been a lot worse. Glad we didn't get settled.
I'm home.
Okay, Emperor takes out Cavalier. We still take, what, 7? Yeah, we'll pass it back.
Years of training. Keep watch for intruders.
But it could also be a counterspell. So we're basically just rolling the dice on whether they have a removal spell or a counterspell. I think we just activate Oddity. Can't do anything else, so let's go ahead and just swing all in. Okay, cool. Alright. Well, we gambled correctly on that one. Yeah, we'll totally keep this. You guys know the rule. If it ramps early, we'll hold on to it. Okay. Play Elvish Mystic. Turn 2 Kiora. Guess we could play around Censor and stuff, but I don't know. I think that's the right call. Yep. So make Disappear. Didn't really matter which one we played. Would have gotten countered. Okay. Land go from the opponent. Let's play Karn. Okay. Karn gets absorbed. This is pretty much how the game goes, or how the matchup goes. We play a threat, see if our opponent wants to answer it. Land number 5. Trying to decide if I want to play around Censor anymore. I would play Make Disappear. Yeah, I'll play Cavalier. See what our opponent has. Yeah, saw it coming. Let's do it again. Yep, that's good. Alright, one more time. Okay, alright, we got it through. We get a land, and now Nykthos is actually online to make extra mana. So I think that's really going to help out in the future turns where we don't... I mean, if this Cavalier sticks around, then we don't have to really worry about getting censored, blown out. Okay. Wolfwillow Haven is mana neutral now, so we're going to go ahead and play that. Since the land it produces, or the land it's on, makes extra mana and adds for devotion for Nykthos. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Scavenging Goose. At the risk of kind of getting blown out by a board wipe here. Go ahead and make 6 mana, and we'll play Karn. So now Karn can't get hit by Make Disappear either. Guess they could if they have... okay. So there's Dovin's Veto. I'm going to use the extra 2 mana to go ahead and eat a Memory Deluge. I think I want to go ahead and eat one of our creatures in our graveyard too. I don't think the opponent is playing Torrential Gearhulk. Although if they do, I think I might like to get rid of the Ether Gust just in case. We can always eat creatures out of our own grave later, so it doesn't really have to happen right now. And it's a much safer play to take care of the Ether Gust anyway. Yeah, there's Shark Typhoon on 1. I think that tells me that they don't have another Make Disappear in their hand. Because if they did, they would have played Shark Typhoon to make a token, and then sacked it to Make Disappear for Casualty to counter the Karn. I'm gonna roll the dice on Cavalier not hitting. No, really risky. But let's go ahead and take. We'll play the Oddity. Okay, now we have 8 mana available. Now we can play Cavalier. We could have activated the Oddity, but I don't know if the opponent has any kind of like interaction here. They probably have a Wandering Emperor in their hands. Okay, this time I do want to eat some creatures out of our own grave. So this is kind of the reason why we put Scavenging Ooze in against Control. Is, I mean, this is now a creature that gets much bigger, and it's a lot of times just a one-man army that you can just kind of lay on the field and then to make big enough to win the game with. Okay, so now even if the opponent has Wandering Emperor, we're still getting in for a good amount of damage here. Because really what would have happened there, if we had activated the Oddity instead, was we activate it, we're all out of mana, and then we only get in for a total of like 7. And so now this way we don't just kind of blow ourselves out on accident. So we have to contribute to the board a little more with the Cavalier of Thorns. Yeah, there's Supreme Verdict. Let's go ahead and spin the mana. And let's go ahead and eat and absorb. Okay. Cavalier gives us... Honestly, I think I'm going to get Oddity back. I think I'd rather have that over Karn, because Oddity can come down and destroy the Emperor.
Until next time, then. May your
Okay.
blades strike.
They killed their own Emperor. That's great. Play Oddity. Turn Lair into a 1/1. Not what we want. Let's go ahead and just swing in for 4. Yeah, opponent gets in for 2. Go to turn. Play land. We could activate Oddity again, or we could just turn Lair of the Hydra into a 6/6. I want to do that. I want to diversify our threats. If the opponent has removal for it, then we still get in for 4 points damage. Yeah, there's another Wandering Emperor. So they could eat the Oddity this time if they want to.
Finally, I'm home.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and eat the Lair. That's totally
My
fine.
judgment is final.
We get in for 4, put our opponent at 12.
I guess that's it then. Keep watch for intruders.
Okay, they are gonna put a card into exile from Foretell. So I don't think we can actually play both. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Oddity. And if they have it, they have it. I mean, we don't have any better choices here. So, okay, we get in for 8. Really surprised the opponent didn't have anything for that. The opponent doesn't get anything here either. Okay, they get 2 4/4s. Starnheim Unleashed. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. Okay, we need to get another big threat here. And we get everything except for that. So, let's... No, we're not going to do that. Gonna do that. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and make a 2/2. It becomes a 3/3 in the case of Behemoth. But we're not going to swing with it. We just have to activate it as a sorcery because that's a restriction it has. Well, it'll be activated during our turn. Yep. Fateful Absence destroys Oddity. That's fine. Opponent gets in for a lot of damage. Go and block. All of it's Vigilant. Won't be getting that token in anytime soon. Alright, there's Toski. 6 million years later. Yeah, I think we just lose. Let's go and activate this. Yeah, no, we just lose. Alright, good game, opponent. Good game. Yeah, it's good enough. We'll try it. What is this? You may draw a card. Okay. Play land pass. Yeah. I think it's Angels, main decking Shaper Sanctuary. Yep. Overseer comes down as a 3/2. Let's go ahead and do classic mono green play. Play Kiora, untap land that produces 2 mana into Old Growth Troll. So we'll get to draw a card. Looks good. Nykthos can come down making 5 mana now. Actually a little more with Elvish Mystic on board. Okay. I want to play this Bishop of Wings.
Leave my squids alone.
Okay, let's play Nykthos. Player free Elvish Mystic. Tap this for 6 mana now. Play Cavalier. Our opponent's at 23 life. Okay, Cavalier does not get a land. I think we have to cash in our Kiora for the extra mana here. So we'll go ahead and play Storm.
Ripples and grows.
See if we can get another Kiora. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we'll Kiora into Cavalier.
Hugged by a kraken before.
Let's go ahead and grab Nykthos. Might just try to win this turn. So we'll keep this Nykthos, draw a card. Make... Okay, yeah, cool. Good game. Opponent doesn't play a lot of removal, so the Great Hinge might be good in this case. Let's take a Stomper out. I think that's the only change we're going to make here. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we're a little light on lands, and we don't get our turn 1 mana up again. It's okay though. We'll manage with this Haven and Kiora. Okay, so we'll Willow Haven a Forest. We'll probably Kiora into Topiary Stomper. I think that's the right move here. Did opponent miss a land drop? I think they did. Let's go play Forest, and we'll do the same thing. So, same thing as last game. Kiora, untap Forest.
Mind if I take my octopus for a walk?
I think opponent might have removal for the Kiora.
I love
Play Topiary Stomper.
splash.
Wouldn't really mind losing this Cura. I mean, it slows us down just a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, we'll get to draw a card off this clue token they just gave us. Nykthos is now a mana neutral. Okay, yeah, opponent just concedes. Don't know if that really counts as like a real win. Although, I don't know, we were going fast enough that I think that we would have beaten Angels anyway. Like in with those starting hands. So I don't know. I'll take it though. So we went 2-3. Not a great record, but at the same time, I mean, we got a pack out of it. We got some gems back. It's pretty good. I feel like this deck is probably better as a best of 1 deck, since in best of 2 you're up against things like Damping Sphere, which we learned in one of those games. And I might have just gotten unlucky in a couple of those games too. Who knows? If you guys have better luck with mono green, definitely let me know, because I'm interested to know if this is actually a good best of 3 deck. But as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.